Our topic is an Islamic eschatological explanation of modern Western civilization. At the end of the lecture comes the interesting part when we look at the Malhama, or what the Christians call Armageddon, the Great War, and what will the world look like post-Malhama. So let us begin with Allah's blessed name. And we always begin with the Book of Allah, which says to us in Surah Al-Nahl, Surah number 18, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ونزلنا عليك الكتاب تبيانا لكل شيء إلى آخر الآية. And we send down this book on thee, O Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that this book might explain all things. The most amazing, mysterious, inexplicable event in human history is the emergence of modern Western civilization. There's never been a civilization like this. And so there must be something in the Quran which will help us to understand it, which explains it. The Quran speaks to us in Surah Al-Ma'idah about a time which is to come. لَتَجِدَنَّ, you will most certainly find in time to come. أَشَدَّ النَّاسِ عَدَاوَةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الْيَهُودِ. They may say anti-Semitism. But you can't speak about the word of Allah like that. Be careful, Zionists. Be careful with the Quran. You can bark elsewhere, but don't bark at the Quran. You will most certainly find in time to come that those who will have the greatest hatred and greatest enmity and hostility for you would be the Jews. Question. Proper methodology. Let's begin. Is Allah speaking about all Jews? If the answer is yes, well, you're just still a schoolboy. That's a schoolboy methodology. No. You do not take any verse of the Quran in isolation to derive meaning and to conclude meaning. Not at all. If you do that, then you will have to conclude that when Allah ordered the angels, al-malaika, to make sajda before Adam alayhi salam, and they all made sajda except Iblis, you will have to conclude that Iblis was an angel. Iblis was an angel. Why? Because I use this schoolboy defective methodology of coming to a conclusion based on the study of one ayah. But when you do the proper thing, you study with the proper methodology, you go to the whole Quran, you see, no. Iblis could not have been an angel. Why? Because Allah says in the Quran, وَيَفْعَلُونَ مَا يُؤْمَرُونَ. Angels don't have any choice. When Allah gives a command, they have to obey. But he disobeyed. So he could not have been an angel. And then you go to another part of the Quran where Allah speaks plainly and clearly and says, وَكَانَ مِنَ الْجِنِّ. So proper methodology is that Allah is not speaking about all Jews. No. That you will most certainly find in time to come that those who will have the greatest hatred and enmity and hostility for you would be Jews. وَالَّذِينَ أَشْرَكُوا. Not only the Jews, but another people beside them, who would be in the most outward form of shirk. But at that time, when you will find this phenomenon, you'll also find something else. What is it? وَلَتَجِدَنَّ أَقْرَبَهُمْ مَوَدَّةً لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ قَالُوا إِنَّا نَصَارَى. That at that time when this phenomenon emerges of the hostility and hatred and enmity of Jews and of those who are in the most outward form of shirk, for you Muslims, at that time you will find that those who have the greatest love and affection for you would be those who say, we are Nasara, we are Christians. ذلك بأن منهم القسيسين والرهبان وأنهم لا يستكبرون. And this is because they're not an arrogant people. They are not an arrogant people. They are a humble people. And amongst them there are priests and monks. So who are these Christians who at that time when the Jews are so hostile to us, who are those Christians who at that time would have love and affection for us? Are there Christians of whom the Quran speaks positively? That's the first place to look for the answer. And yes, there is a surah of the Quran entitled Surah Rum. And in Surah Rum, the word Rum occurs only once in the whole Quran, only once. Who is Rum? Allah speaks and He says, Alif Lam Mim, Ghulibatir Rum. Rum has been defeated. في أدنى الأرض, in a land close by. This is at the time when the Quran was revealed. I don't think there was a United States of America at that time, was there? Was there?
No.
Please help me.
No.
The Salafis are after me all the time. So I want to know whether there was a United States of America at that time when the Quran was revealed. Huh? My Salafi critics, I like them so much. Fi adna al-ard, in a land close by. Close by to where? Is this Chicago or is it Washington? A land close by to where the Quran is being revealed, in Arabia. That's where it is. So we have to look for Rome out there. وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون في بضع سنين. But in a few years' time, the tables will be turned. Allah is speaking. And defeat will be replaced with victory. Rome will be victorious. So these are facts of history. You can't cook this up into a biryani. Who is Rome? Come on, answer me, my Salafi crickets. Who is Rome? Answer, there's only one answer. You can dodge and dodge and dodge as you want, there's only one answer. Rome is the Byzantine Orthodox Christian Empire. There is no other answer. You can dodge as much as you want. The Byzantine Orthodox Christian Empire, which was based in Constantinople. لله الأمر من قبل ومن بعد. On the first occasion when they were defeated, and on the subsequent occasion when they will be victorious, it's all because of Allah's authority and command. لله الأمر. وَيَوْمَئِذٍ يَفْرَحُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. And on that day when Rome is victorious, the Muslims will celebrate. You can't take this out of the Quran. Don't try. The Muslims will celebrate when Rome is victorious. So the Quran establishes a positive relationship between the world of Islam and Rome. A positive relationship. So the first place we should look for those who will eventually become a Christian people who will show the greatest love and affection for us Muslims. The first place we should look is not Washington and Paris and London and Brussels with its NATO. No. The first place we should look, if we have to have integrity of scholarship in studying Islam, is Rome. But the Quran doesn't stop there. It says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, O you who have faith in Allah Most High. This is a command. لا تتخذوا اليهود والنصارى أولياء. Do not take the Jews and do not take the Christians as your friends and allies. And so, question, is Allah speaking about all Jews? And is He speaking about all Christians? Now we know that's schoolboy stuff. He could not be speaking about all Jews and all Christians. No. Proper methodology. We have to dismiss them. Well then, if He's not speaking about all Jews and all Christians, when He says, do not take the Jews and do not take the Christians as your friends and allies, the question is, which Jews and which Christians? Is that a legitimate question? Yes, it is. What's the answer?